Hello and welcome back to Kester's Forest. Now this week we're taking a long overdue look at this game Avenging Spirit, which has been reissued by Retrobit late last year. Now this is the physical edition which I bought from a shop in Europe, and I wanted to just do a quick unboxing and first impressions of this game. Now as you can see, this comes in a really nice case here with the screenshots on the back, etc. But it also came with a nice sort of plastic protective cover as well, keeping it nice and fresh. And Retrobit have been doing quite a good job recently of republishing some quite collectible and expensive games. Now this is issue 2355 out of 5,500, so there are limited numbers of this, and it comes in this really cool sort of day glow case, or glow in the dark case, and as you can see here it glows pretty well, and I guess the idea is it's supposed to sort of emulate the idea of a ghost. Pretty cool and pretty spooky. Now, Avenging Spirit, also known as Phantasm in Japan, was released in 1991 on the arcades and in 1992 on the Game Boy. And it's an odd game where basically you are a ghost and you can possess different characters with different abilities. And as you can see here in the packaging, these are those different characters. And before we get a look at the game itself and everything else, I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate this magnetic snap. Oh, lovely. So all in all, I think the packaging's really nice, and this hot foil effect around the lettering here really just sets it off. So taking a look inside the manual here, we got obviously the contents page and controls. The controls on this are fairly simple, you just move about and possess things. And here you can see how that works, and you get kind of two energy meters in the game. We'll get to that in a second, and here are all the characters that you can possess. There's thugs and dragons and vampires and ninjas. It's really quite a mix. It is a fairly bizarre game, and you do get a little walkthrough of all the different stages here. We'll try not to linger too much on that because we don't want to give away too much. And yeah, really nice. So before we actually get to playing the game, I thought I'd just test that this cartridge actually does work on an original Game Boy. So here's my original Game Boy from 1990 with its broken lines, and yeah, that seems to be working. And here's a modded Game Boy Pocket, that seems to be working fine. And here's my modded DMG from a previous video, yeah, all working just fine. What about a Game Boy Color? How does that look? Well, yeah, seems to be working, but it is really hard to see. That's the Game Boy Color for you. And here is my Game Boy Advance, and yeah, it's working great too. But what about the Super Game Boy? Does it work on that? Well, let's have a look. Super Game Boy, and yeah, it's working, and quite an interesting colour scheme too. And I do love these little animations they have there as part of the attract mode. And finally, before we get to it, here is the Game Boy player on the GameCube, working fine. So we put the cartridge into my analog pocket, plug it into the dock, and now I can actually capture some footage and show you the game properly. Now, as I say, it is quite a weird game. Basically, your girlfriend is kidnapped and you are killed in the process by gangsters, obviously. And then you are brought back to life. Well, you're brought back as a ghost by the father of your girlfriend, who is going to ask you very nicely to go and rescue his daughter. And that's basically the premise of the game. So off you go, possessing people and trying to take down the gangsters. It's quite a sad game when you think about it. It's kind of a cross between, I don't know, maybe sort of Kirby and the film Ghost. That's probably as close as I can get to describing the plot. So once you start playing the game, you get a little sort of tutorial here where it shows you how to possess, and you get to choose which of these three characters to possess and then how to attack. And then off you go to stage one. And as you can see here, you've got two energy meters. You've got E, and L. Now E is your energy meter overall throughout the game, so whether you're a ghost or not, that's your energy meter. And then L, I guess, is your life force, is what it stands for, and this is essentially how much energy you have in the current possessed state. So once that reaches 0, you will leave the body of the thing you have possessed and then have to take over. So I've just killed myself here, and I am now floating around as a ghost, and there's this lady here, so I'm going to possess her, and as you can see, I've only got 2 bars of energy as her. So if I basically take any kind of hit, I'm going to detach myself and have to possess something else. So my ability as a woman here is to punch things. I've been depossessed, and now I possess this fire-breathing kangaroo. And you can collect power-ups along the way to recharge your energy, and now you can see I've got quite a bit of life force as the fire-breathing kangaroo. So I'm going to go off across now and try and take out this. I think he's a ninja, but I'm not entirely sure. Now, controls-wise, it's pretty tight. The different characters kind of control slightly differently. Obviously, they've got different abilities, all activated by the same button. But some of them can jump higher, jump lower, and so it can be a bit floaty or not. But generally, overall, it's a fairly easy to control game, and I don't have any real issues with it. So that takes care of the first level boss. He was fairly easy, and on to stage 2. Now, they don't all have cutscenes, but at the end of this stage you do, and you have discovered a map in a pile of garbage, because obviously what the gangsters have done is kidnap your girlfriend and lock her away with 3 keys, which they've then hidden somewhere, and then written down all of the evidence on a piece of paper and then thrown it in the bin. Which is very convenient for you, but a little bit strange. But, this game is pretty strange, so, why not? Now, what's happened here is I've not got a body to possess, so I've run out of energy and died again. But luckily, this is a game, so I have what I think are infinite continues and can just rejoin as this cool little robot here. I also thought it might be a good idea to just have a quick listen to the music, because it's pretty good. It's not amazing, but just see what you think. Now, if you look in the bottom right, you can see there are 3 key-shaped holes, and that's because I now need to collect these 3 keys to rescue my girlfriend. And here is the first key on level 2. Now, I won't show you any more of that because I don't want to spoil the game. I've made it to level 4 so far and really enjoyed myself, so I'm definitely going to finish this game. And I really like the mechanic, basically if you are not possessing any kind of person or creature, your energy level will drop until you die, so you really need to be possessing something to stay alive, and that's where the 2 meters come in. I'm some kind of rocket launching sort of commando right now, and as you can see there's an invisible man as well that I could possess if I was in ghost form. Now, this goes for silly money on eBay because it's not a very common game, but from me, if you can get hold of it or find a way to play it, I definitely recommend it. It's not the best game in the world, but it is a good time and gets a thumbs up from me. So that's it for this week. Take care of yourself, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Kester's Forest.